what are you planning for the show? What do you guys have in mind?
Just the actual hit records and little special guest DJs, Jam Master Jay's children, Jam Master Jay's son, and Dazmatic, along with DJ Ruckus and Chan. But it's going to be, I don't know if you were at the Made in America with Jay-Z, the festival. Were you there?
I wasn't there, no.
Yeah, it went over very well. We got like really good write-ups, and it just went over so well. And that was our first time back after 12 years, so probably going to follow that same pattern of after the rehearsal. We did that show and it went so well. It ended up in Rolling Stone magazine and all great write-ups from every single person. So we're going to stay right in that pocket. Records like Peter Piper, My Adidas, Tricky, Walk This Way, all the classics. A little bit of freestyle from myself in the middle, the scratching, and it's just going to be amazing.
And was it the Made in America? Was that what sort of inspired you to want to do some performing again because it went so well? Or
well, DMC actually decided that he wanted to do the Made in America. So when he said yes to that, I was in. And then he continuously, when people ask for shows, he's been taking them. He took a couple so far, so I'm happy.
And getting to work with Jam Master Jay's son, what's that like for you?
It was great. Both of his sons are really good DJs, so that was really cool. It went over well at the Made in America, so we continue to bring them with us. It was incredible. It was really good, and these guys are really good DJs. Not surprisingly, I mean that's his blood, but it just was pretty amazing.
And it's a little bittersweet not to have him there. Or?
Yeah, it's bittersweet, but just seeing his sons there, it warms up my heart. I remember at the Made in America, I was pointing up to the heavens saying, Jay, I got your kids out here. So that felt good, to have his children there with me.
And what was it like when you got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? That must have been quite a moment for you.
It was really cool, standing there hugging D, and then my brother Russell Simmons was there, and our manager from years ago who became the chairman of Warner, Leo Cohen, and it was just a big, big night, for us. To be inducted into such a prestigious, to the Hall of Fame is just an amazing feeling. So it was great.
I think you were one of there's only a few rap groups that have gotten in, right? So it's a pretty distinctive honor, even more than being like a rock band getting in. It's pretty unusual.
The King of Rock video is actually us. You should go look at it, breaking into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The King of Rock video from 1985. We break in, rip the place apart, and say we belong in here.
So now you really do belong there. It kind of came true.
Yeah, that video is kind of like a prophecy.
Yeah.
Except we didn't have to break in. It was amazing, yeah. We didn't have to break in, but that was a funny video, and it went over well.
Yeah, and you guys coming of age in the video age with MTV, that kind of added to the whole, sort of a way, the way you broke out. It was sort of the videos were kind of key to your success, right?
Yeah, MTV was a big part of our career. Rockbox was actually the first rap video ever on MTV. Then they did King of Rock, and Walk This Way was probably the most played video that they ever played in the history of video on MTV. I think that's what they told.
Right.
Most requested, biggest video, all that stuff.
And when you recorded that song, was it always the intention to sort of really do a cover of it instead of sampling it, or how did that come about?
Well, we were actually, me and DMC, the story goes, years ago, DJs and rappers had to find something to have the rapper rap over. So we would find old beats like Billy Squier or Bob James, Mardi Gras. And the job was to keep the first couple of bars going over and over without any guitar coming in and without any singing coming in. So we were in there just doing what we were supposed to do, kind of scratching the beat and getting ready to rap over it. And Russell comes in with this guy, Rick Rubin, who says something crazy that didn't make sense. Make the whole record over. Well, we had never listened to the vocals in our life. We didn't even know the name of the record. We thought the name of the record was Toys in the Attic because DJs didn't actually let you see the name of the record because their job was to hide their secret weapons of what beat the rapper was rapping over. He's like, what do you mean? And he's like, do the whole thing over. We're like, we don't know what the guy is saying. It's like, what are you talking about? Backseat daddy talking to my daddy say, what? Huh? What is he talking about? So we went home and studied it and kind of came back and gave like a half-hearted performance, and then Jam Master Jay screamed at us, come on, man, y'all can do it better than that. And we put our heart into it and then went back to making Peter Piper and My Adidas and all the ones that we understood perfectly, and that ended up being the biggest record on the album. The hell do you know?
Yeah, I guess you don't know what's happening in the studio, so after you get out of it, you get to listen to it or something.
We didn't know what was going on with that record. We know that we wanted to rap over the first beat, and we totally didn't want to mess with those lyrics.
And then you got to work with Aerosmith, right? I mean, you toured with them.
Yeah, they came in, and we didn't tour at first. We toured near right before Jam Master Jay passed. Maybe we did one little tour. We hadn't seen them after that. They went on and made a lot of hit records, and we went on and just stayed on the road and doing our thing.
So was it fun to reunite with them then for that tour?
Yeah, we went out with Kid Rock and him. It was cool. We would end every night. We would actually open the show and close the show. Mm-hmm. We open up, then we do a little bit with Kid Rock, and then we would actually end the show with Walk This Way. So we kind of had the best of all three worlds. Our own set, Kid Rock set, and Aerosmith set. So we were kind of like that. And they made a joke once: if Run DMC and Aerosmith had a baby, his name would be Kid Rock.
So now that you have become a minister, what's it like for you now to sort of be mixing the secular with the, your sort of religious?
Well, I'm not Reverend Joseph Simmons. I'm Reverend Run. So it doesn't, I still rap,
Right.
My thing.
So you haven't had to change anything because we were born again, right?
No, that's my thing. Those are God's records. He ain't got no beef with Walk This Way or Peter Piper. God has no beef with my records. So I thought that was pretty funny. I wasn't saying anything besides for making a joke. All lighthearted and happy and fun. I'm Reverend Run. I, make rap records and I preach the gospel. It's all good. And when I go on to the road, I take the collar off and put the Adidas suit on.
So tell me about why you wanted to do the reality show. Why did you decide to sort of put your life out there?
My pulpit was MTV. I don't run a church.
Right.
I became a minister at a church, and then God led me to putting the show on television, and that kind of established me as Reverend Run. I am an actual minister, but the TV show was there to inspire. Was to inspire people and family. I believe that family and family unity is my ministry. I believe that the show probably inspired LL Cool J and inspired Jay-Z and other rappers. That show was the after rap. What do you do after rap? You get the house, the white picket fence, and the family, and I thank God that he wanted to put it on MTV because it was pretty cool. A cool minister. So that was my purpose, was to have my ministry be through my actions, not so much through my words. So when you saw the way I acted on the show and the way I treated my wife and the way I handled my kids, it was inspiring. So I was very happy with that show. Over the moon, to tell the truth.
And so it wasn't, sometimes people with the reality shows, they find it puts a stress on their personal lives, but you were okay with being in the spotlight. It was pretty smooth for you.
It was the ministry. I wasn't there to just become more famous. It was great. It wasn't like a slapstick crazy show. It was healthy. It was healthy for the world to see a positive family. That's, if you looked at the show, it was almost the question being, how can this last on MTV? It's so positive. He hasn't busted his wife over the head with a vodka bottle. There's nothing that you're going to expect to go crazy. There's no, oh my God, I can't wait to see next week if, something crazy is going to happen. You knew what was going to happen. I'll be running around my house having fun with my family.
So in terms of what you want to do next with your music, is just kind of sort of seeing what happens now at this stage, or?
I don't think DMC is taking shows. I say yes when he says yes. Basically, I'm just following his lead as far as he wants to do a show. I say yes. If not, I have my book out called Manology, Me and Tyrese Gibson. It's just hit the New York Times bestseller list in the first week. It's selling like crazy, thousands and thousands of copies a week. I'm on television with that. I have some other television things in the works that I can't talk about right now, but I will be back on television. I have a campaign where I'm telling Americans to get screened for diabetes, and it's called Ask Screen No, and AskScreenNo.com, and it tells people that what you don't know can hurt you. So
Right.
you have to confront it. So I'm doing a ton of things. I DJ sometime with my DJ Ruckus. We go all around the world. I enjoy DJing, and I speak at colleges. I speak at churches every once in a while. So I'm pretty fulfilled. And the Run DMC thing, thank God, that's what started it all. It's coming back around, and we've been rocking a little something.
And when you speak at colleges, what do you offer advice?
I go with my collar. I go with my collar, and I talk to them like I'm talking to you. I talk to them about, things that they know, because I send out these words of wisdom every day on my Twitter, so they kind of know what I'm going to talk about. I talk about my books. I have a book called Words of Wisdom, my brand new book, Manology, which, like I said, is on fire right now. So if I'm going to college now, they'll all be asking me about Manology. I mean, I'm going on a bunch of television next week, Rachel Ray and Dr. Oz and Anderson Cooper, and so yeah, it's been a lot of stuff going on. So when I go as Reverend the celebrity. I'm a reverend, but it's pretty cool. They're looking at a guy that's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that became a reverend, who has a TV show, who's just played with Jay-Z in Philadelphia at a festival. So I talk about many things, and I talk to people about pulling their life together, and I go there to inspire people and to talk to them about the same things I talk about on Twitter, where I only get 120 characters per tweet. I get to talk in depth with college students about their career, their life, college, what to expect next, all the good stuff, life stuff.
And the book, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with it, so can you tell me a little
Manology.
What it's about? Yeah.
It's on the bestsellers list, a New York Times bestseller the first week. It's a book of teaching, talking to women about men, almost like some men get mad and say, "You're giving up the bro code, man." And so it's really just telling women what to expect. There's a chapter in Manology called Manipulation. Just hoping that women don't get manipulated. Some women think that they're in a year relationship when really they're just a 1-year booty call. So it's pretty healthy book teaching women about some of the things that men do and how to sense when they're being played. It all started on Twitter with these tweets that we would send out, and at the end we do # Manology. Next thing you know, we had a bidding war for the book, and here we are with a book, and it's exploding.
So, do you ever pinch yourself and think 25 or 30 years ago you were, rapping and just starting out, and here you are, like sort of this household name, and what's that like for you to sort of look back at things?
I'm thankful. I try to have a lot going on. I have 6 kids and a wife. I have a whole lot of responsibilities. So, I'm juggling a lot, but I'm grateful that, the Run DMC thing has come back around. It's fun. I feel very thankful that I have my wonderful family, and that I have a career that people admire. I'm very grateful, and I work very hard to try to maintain all aspects of my life. Not an easy job, but what you gonna do? Keep going.
Well, it sounds like it's going pretty well, so.
It is, and I'm thankful.
Okay, well, it's probably a good point to call it an interview, so thanks a lot. Appreciate you taking time out to talk.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.